92.7 WOBM. Good morning. Shawn Michaels in with you. And today we're talking about the history of Lacey Township, Legends of Lacey Township, a tour through time. Joining us is Jeremy Merman and also Stephen Krawick to talk all about this project. Jeremy, Stephen, good morning, guys.
Good morning, Shawn.
How you guys doing? Let's begin in the beginning. That's always a good place to start. Let's talk about how this project began. What was sort of the reason to begin with the history of Lacey?
About a year ago, me and my friend Andy, who's also a producer on the film, we were doing another short little film that I had to do for school. And we finished and we decided that we wanted to do something more. We had a lot of fun doing the one that we did. So we decided to do one about the history of Lacey. I was a little apprehensive at first because I thought it was a big task, but Andy really talked me into it, and I'm very happy he did. That was August of last year, and about December, we asked Jeremy to come on and help us out with it. He was our TV production teacher in high school, and we started at the end of May, and we can't believe it's already done.
Yeah,
Wow.
Talk about some months that really moved fast from the time that they approached me about the project back in the winter until now. It feels like it was just yesterday, and we really did get a lot accomplished in that time.
Now, Jeremy, you're still with Lacey High School, right?
Yes, yep.
Okay. So what type of history, when we say the history of Lacey, are we talking from the very beginning, the day it was settled, up until modern day? Are we talking about a snippet of history? What type of history are we talking about?
We really kind of start back at the beginning with Farrago Forge and General John Lacey and when he came into the area. So, yes, we do start at the beginning of Lacey, but we focus a little bit more on stuff that we have interviewees that can talk about. So we're talking about like the time before the Parkway. And not to ruin the end of the documentary, but that's kind of where we end, is when the Parkway comes in and the changes in the town. But we're talking about the very kind of simple times of Lacey Township. And one of the things that we really wanted to do was to take a different kind of approach, where we weren't just telling stories, but actually like maybe following along with buildings that weren't there anymore, buildings like what this building was, what that building was, what this part of town was. So we actually created a map and a model, and we took kind of a linear tour. That's why we're calling it a tour through time. We took kind of a linear tour through the town from Bamberg down Cedar Creek to Lanoka Harbor, taking the train down to Forked River, and then working our way through all the way down to the power plant. So it was kind of a cool concept that we came up with for that.
Do you guys think that Lacey residents and residents throughout Ocean County will be surprised and be intrigued by some of the findings that you came across when you did this little tour through time?
We certainly were, so we expect others will be. There were a lot of cool things that we kind of came across that we would have had no idea, and we've lived here all of our lives, so it was very surprising, some of the cool little snippets that we found.
How about from members of the community? You got a lot of feedback from folks who have been here for a while.
We did. We got our town historian, John Parker, former mayor, involved with it, and he did a great interview for us. Eleanor Ditton, who was a charter member of the Historical Society, also did a great interview. And I know I'll miss some people along the line, but we really did get a lot of involvement out of the community for it, and we're very appreciative of that. And like Stephen said, there's a lot of stuff that we kind of dug up and that, just kind of came out in interviews that we had no idea that stuff like that, happened. And we don't want to ruin anything in the documentary, but it's definitely entertaining. For the amount of hours and the amount of time and the amount of times that we've seen the documentary, I've got to say it's an hour long, and I can still watch it today and still be entertained by it, and that's saying something.
We've been doing a lot more things digitally and visually online and things like that through our websites and everything. There had to be a tough decision as to what to keep and what maybe not to keep, because you could only have an hour, but yet you've got a lot of information to go through there.
Absolutely. A lot of stuff got left on the cutting room floor. A lot of good stuff got left on the cutting room floor, but I really think that we put this into a place where people will really enjoy it, that we got the stuff that needed to be in there, and I think, we had a lot of fun making it. We're not at each other's throats yet. We'll see by Thursday. But
Our editor,
yeah.
Andy, might disagree with us.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's right.
Editing. I would think an editor might be a little bit, disheveled at this point. Do you think that you've sort of set a precedent for other towns? Because, we've seen a lot of print books and things and articles about the history of the area, but I don't know exactly how many visual documentaries there are about individual towns.
I think that we may make a couple of other towns jealous, because I don't know how many people would want to take on a project like this for free. We ran a crowdfunding campaign. We got a minimal amount of money to put into it. That basically went into building. We built I shouldn't say we, Andy DeAngelis, other producer, built a model of the town that we actually filmed and went through as we did our tour through the town. So most of our crowdfunding stuff went to there, but all of our stuff was done completely for free. And it was just really just a summer project, an entertainment thing for us. I don't know how many other towns you'll find, maybe you will find people that want to do it. That would be great.
We certainly hope so.
I mean, I would hope that maybe, we do this and then maybe somebody in Bayville or Waretown or somewhere else will pick up and go, hey, that's a cool idea. Let's try it.
Very nice, very nice. So let me ask you, Thursday is the premiere. Tell us about the premiere of the documentary.
We're doing it on Deerhead Lake Beach, which is off Deerhead Lake Road in Lacey Township. It's actually a historical place itself, so we thought it worked in very cool with the whole theme of the movie. It's something we talk about because they were actually handmade back in the 20s. We're going to have snacks. We're going to start about 8 o'clock. We're going to talk a little bit, and then we're going to show it on the beach.
Is this going to be an outdoor showing?
It is.
It is.
So you're going to project this out there on the beach?
Yes. We actually tested it the other night just to make sure it worked. It looks awesome. I mean, we have the lake as a background, the sunset as a background. We actually drew a couple of people that kind of walked up, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
And we said, hey, come back Thursday, because the film at that point wasn't quite done yet. We still had a couple of cuts to do, but we actually did run through the whole thing on the beach the other night, and it looks great. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we'd really encourage people to come out. 8 o'clock, Deerhead Lake Beach, off of Deerhead Lake Drive in Forked River.
All right, Thursday night, 8 o'clock, and that's going to be a great time. How do folks get more information about this project online if they want to see some things on their computer?
We do have a Facebook page. It's probably the easiest way to find everything you need about the film. It's called Legends of Lacey Township. We also have an email, legendsoflacey@gmail.com, and we would be more than happy to answer any questions or get any information back to you that you might need.
Eventually, will this be streaming on YouTube and Facebook, do you think? Or
we would like to. We're going to take our time a little bit because we're going to look into some film festival entries, and some of them have rules about posting online. So
Gotcha.
We will eventually. We'll announce that on our Facebook.
I think you should look into something. That'd be kind of neat if you could enter this into some sort of contest or whatever, because you've put so much time and effort into it. It'd be pretty neat to do that.
Yeah, and the work that Andy has done is incredible, so we definitely want to...
We both feel bad that he can't be here today because he's the cinematographer, the editor. I took the directing duties. And Andy DeAngelis, I can't say enough about how much work he's put into this project, along with us. It was a kind of a three-headed monster there, and we should mention Winter Rose Barney, our production assistant as well, who's put a lot of time in, too.
Well, it's going to be a great night, Thursday night, and that's beginning at 8 o'clock. And we want to thank Jeremy Merman, also Stephen Kroick, for coming in. And, he's not here, but Andy DeAngelis, we're giving him a shout-out as well for this project. It's Legends of Lacey Township, a tour through time, debuts Thursday night. Get details on their Facebook page, and we'll have information up on our website as well at WOBM.com. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.